Hello. Thank you for watching or listening to Youhadoptions. This episode, I have Alex Johnson from the London-based band Wonk Unit. We do a lot of waffling on this one, as Alex says. Great time. I think I'm part of the Wonk family now, hopefully. I'm going to drop into the Terror Bowl at his house and just see what happens. Just let it rip. They have a million shows coming up. They have Wonk Fest coming up in London. Go check out, follow Wonk Unit London. That's their handle on Instagram. All their shows are listed there. You can find links. Yeah. Thanks again to Alex and to the listener and the watcher. Go follow Youhadoptions at Youhadoptions everywhere on Instagram, Twitter. Go to thehandsomescoundrels.com/shop and you can buy your own You Had Options shirt or some Handsome Scoundrels merch. Thanks again. Enjoy. Alex, hello.
Hello, Michael.
Thank you for joining me.
It's good. I like these things.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
Just you, Wonk Unit, everything.
Oh, brilliant. Excellent.
What do you want to talk about today, Alex?
No, I'm happy to talk about Wonk Unit, everything. Me. Yeah. Sunny days.
Yeah. All right. So are you, I know you, are you in London right now? Is that
I am actually. I am in London right now. I've recently moved up to Yorkshire to be near my baby. But
nice.
I've just been gigging the weekends and I'm currently at my parents' house.
Okay.
In London.
Okay.
In London, yeah. So I got in very late last night, about 5 o'clock. So I'm a little bit sleepy today.
I gotcha. How were the shows this weekend?
Brilliant. It's been amazing. Gigging again after 2 years off. You know, we're on it full time now.
Nice.
Full time. It's been brilliant. It's just been brilliant. I'm very happy to be getting back out there. And last night's gig, I did it without a t-shirt on. It was so hot.
Oh, God.
I did a gig without a t-shirt on. For me, that's very brave, you know. But I was feeling good. I was feeling good, you know. Yeah, it's good.
So, normally you are with t-shirt performing.
Usually with t-shirt, and I felt a little bit bad because like a couple of days before I was talking to Vezi, and we were saying about, you know, muscle dudes that walk around with their tops off, you know, posturing and stuff, and how much we've, you know, don't really think that's too cool. And then suddenly there was me last night posturing on stage with my top off, you know.
You're a couple of steps away from turning a Wonk Unit into a hardcore band.
That's right. Yeah. I've heard about all this hardcore bands. Apparently they say bring it in. Apparently they shout at the audience. They say bring it in.
You're right.
Because my drummer Max likes hardcore bands. I don't have a clue what he's going on about, but I like to say send it in instead. I think that sounds better than bring it in.
Yeah. Maybe that's just a cultural difference. You know, different. I don't know what the hardcore scene is like in England.
I think it's probably the same. I imagine it's lots of macho men beating each other up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of camouflage and like balaclavas and ski masks and whatnot.
Really? Well, I don't. You know, sort of people are good to do what they want, but I really like people don't like macho mosh pits. I don't like macho mosh pits. It's like, you know, all it takes is a couple of macho people in the pit to clear a pit, you know, of people that just want to have a nice little boogie. I don't like it.
Yeah. So you guys released Uncle Daddy last year in 2021, right?
Yeah. I think officially it was around April, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's all very loosely done. It's like Wonk Unit is me and my lovely but inept record label. So, you know, I mean, do you know what I was thinking about this the other day? I'm not even sure if it's actually been distributed. Like, you know, I sell most of my product through touring anyway, and obviously it's on all digital platforms, but it's like, has anyone seen it in any UK shops? I'm not even sure if my record label have distributed it. I think they might have forgotten.
Is it all printed? Is it all on vinyl and ready to go?
Yeah. I mean, it's out. It's been selling. You know, it's been selling for ages, but I'm not sure if it's in the shops. I should check. I mean, my German record label, they're on it. The German record label, it was in shops all over Germany before I'd even seen a copy myself. You know, because the Germans are very efficient.
Efficiency.
That's kidnap. But in the UK, like, you know, we're pretty fucking useless, you know.
I feel that. I can relate to that. Yeah.
But Uncle Daddy, my favorite album, I think.
Really? Yeah. It seems like the songs get more like eclectic, or there's more like different, like what makes you want to write like I don't know, something like Disco Fever or whatever versus like just a straight up punk song. I don't know.
So like the way Wonk records go, you know, we don't really have a sound as such, you know. Our thing is anything goes. And so across the board, apart from across the board out of all of our 7 or 8 studio albums, some of the songs will be brand new. Some of them might be from lyrics or from pieces of music 20 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think there's always a time and a place for when a song can come out. And, you know, and so that's why our albums seem to be quite all over the place, because, you know, a song might be working on a previous album or the previous 3 albums, it weren't working then, you know. So, but I mean, my Uncle Daddy has definitely been my most personal and painful album to write. I mean, the last couple of years has been a very tough time for me, and so I channeled a lot of my horror into of the last couple of years into that record. And I love it, and it was nice for me to actually do quite a heavy record again, because, you know, I like the heavy stuff, and like with Terror, the last record, that was quite a sad record. I mean, it's a beautiful record, but it was quite a sad record. And I always used to wonder, you know, I wonder if I'll ever put out a punk record again, you know, like more
straightforward.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've been very angry the last couple of years, and it manifested itself in Uncle Daddy, and it's nice to actually enjoy playing those songs live now. Like, I definitely feel like I'm exercising demons every time I play those songs live. It's good. It's really good.
Nice. So it's more like a relief, or like cathartic or whatever, than like super. I don't know. Obviously, it's like vulnerability too, but.
Yeah, I mean, songwriting has always been my AA. Like, I'm in recovery, and songwriting has always been my, you know, when I first got sober 23 years ago, you know, I had to write the shit out of me, you know, and I channeled all the destructiveness of alcohol and drugs into songwriting. You know, that's what kept me sober, and I exercised my demons through song. And that was kind of like on the first Wonk Unit record. And but it's always been, you know, like, I don't ever sit down and think, I'm going to write a song. you know, oh, it's time I wrote a song. I never do.
Okay.
You know, every song that ever happens from Wonk Unit, it's because it has to get written there and then, you know, and you know they're all written very, very quickly, and you know, if they don't get written very, very, if I have to work on a song, it won't get completed. You know, I don't, you know, because for me it's like everything I do, if it be art or, you know, music, you know, and t-shirt arts of late, it's always got to be bam, inspiration, bam, first hit, you know, and that's kind of it. Just so that's also a reason why our sound is different. You know, if a country twang presents itself to me from out the universe, you know, it's a country twang. If some fucking mash up hardcore banger comes out, it's that, you know.
Yeah.
But it's all very Wonk Unit. It's all very always spontaneous, you know. It's good.
I like it. So do you put like a like, I know you said some stuff like on Uncle Daddy has been around for a while that finally formed itself or whatever. Do you put like a time frame of like, oh man, it's been 10 minutes. This is I'm done.
No, I'll know immediately because you know I find the songwriting process so enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know, and so if I've suddenly got a banger, you know, something comes out, you know, and it's something, you know, a poem of mine is working because like 98% of Wonk Unit songs come directly from poetry that's pre-written, which I then just put music to poetry. But you know, when a song presents itself to me, it's so exciting because I'm like, it's fucking brilliant. You know, I make music that I want to hear. You know, and so I'll immediately, those songs will get finished really quickly because I'm buzzing. You know, I want to finish this song because I have to then get it out. You know.
Yeah.
So there's no time frame, but I say generally, I mean, Muffy, our third album, and Nervous Racehorse, our fourth album, I probably wrote 50% of both those albums on Christmas Eve in 2011.
Okay, Jesus.
Right, in the evening. Yeah, it was that was like, so the first two albums was just your typical, I'm going to write a song, I'm going to write lyrics, you know?
Yeah.
And then, but I started, you know, writing awful, just piss take builders poetry, and I started fucking around with creative writing, and then I you know, back in the day 20 years ago or whatever, and I enjoy a bit of creative writing and storytelling, and so I have this blog, it hasn't been updated for years, called Cement You Cunt. And I remember on that Christmas Eve I was like, I got an idea, I open up my blog, pick a poem, and I'm gonna write some music to this poem. And so I opened up the blog. I found a poem called Horses, 4 lines.
Yeah.
And I wrote music to Horses in 1 minute. Horses was born. I was like, that was really fucking great. Then next I found the Go Easy poem. I wrote Go Easy. I wrote Lewisham. I wrote most of Muffy and a big chunk of Nervous Racehorse that evening. You know, just purely because the lyrics were already there. So not lyrics, the poems were already there, and all I was doing was putting music to poetry. And that's kind of like the songwriting process with Wonk Unit. Now, you know, essentially they're poems. Yeah. Which I jazz up with a bit of noise.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's a really fun way of writing stuff, and also it also makes them all, you know, lyrically very strong. You know, if you actually delve into the lyrics, you know, there's quite a lot of people, you know, on the surface, people think Wonk, you know, especially with our name and stuff, you know, might be like this jokey sort of bands, but if you actually look into our lyrics, you know, all my songs are fucking sad. You know, like they're very sad songs, but I've said this many a time, you know, I don't take myself seriously, but I do take my Wonk Unit very seriously. My art I take very seriously, you know.
Yeah. I think I was listening to Uncle Daddy earlier today, getting ready for this, and I was kind of honing in on lyrics of some of the songs. Yeah, it's very it's deep. Yeah, I could tell, like, you know, Aubrey, of course.
My baba.
Yeah, that's about your daughter, right? So yeah. It's I think anybody that says Wonk Unit is just like a joke band or something, they aren't listening. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's good though. I mean, it's the best. It's the best life. Like I love what we do. The current Wonk Unit lineup, like, because we're a touring band. We never stop touring.
Right.
We always tour, and so our lineup has many changes over the years when people can't keep up with the touring and stuff. And the current Wonk Unit lineup right now, the Uncle Daddy lineup, is without question the best Wonk Unit lineup we've ever had. It's like, the band have been going since 2005, and we are fresher now, like by a long way, than we've ever been. It's just, nice. We've taken on a new energy, man. It's fucking brilliant. So good that I did a gig with my top off. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. You just felt the spirit took over and the heat took over. Yeah.
I was, maybe one day I'll surf a crowd again. Do you know what I mean? I haven't done that for 20 odd years.
Shit. I think Uncle Daddy's great. It's cool. And like he said, you can see, there's more like keys and stuff. I know Vez is your key player. Was she in before Uncle Daddy started coming together, or? Yes.
So Vez is actually the third longest standing member of Wonk Unit.
Okay.
So she's currently been in the band about 4 years, maybe 4.5 years.
Okay.
And Vez is actually like the way, there's no rules to Wonk Unit.
Yeah.
There are no rules. It's all about creativity and what I'm into. And Vezi is the best songwriter I've ever met.
Really?
Like, she's unreal. And before she met me, I literally bullied her into playing keys for Wonk Unit. We was playing Rebellion Festival in Amsterdam.
Okay.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
And our keyboard player wasn't coming that weekend. I put a post out on Facebook saying, any keyboard players in Amsterdam want to play a set with Wonk? Vezi's boyfriend at the time messaged and said, my girlfriend plays keys. And when we got to Amsterdam, Vezi was there. I met this woman, and I was like, you want to play keys? And she was like, no. And I'm like, go on. She was like, no. But I basically, marched her backstage, made her sit behind a keyboard. And she'd never been in a band or anything before.
Mm-hmm.
And there were tears. She cried. But within, a couple of hours of, actually meeting me properly for the first time, she was playing in front of 500 people.
Her first show was Rebellion Fest. Nice.
Yeah. And getting heckled and like really, really thrown in at the deep end. And so, because she literally was. She kind of had no idea she was joining a band.
Yeah.
And she's just amazing, Vez. And, so for watching her grow as a musician over the last 4 years and growing confidence and, and her take on the world, because, I say as a musician, you get to see a different world to most people, you know, as a touring musician. And it's lovely to, live vicariously through Vez, because I've been doing it for years, years and years. And Vez, doing it all new for the first time and doing it in a, fairly successful band, where we actually play to audiences. And we get fed. And so it's lovely to see her, to live vicariously through her and watching her grow. And a year or so back, so Vezi was after my ex-wife and my child moved up to North England, Vezi actually took the spare room above in the house.
Okay.
And one day Vezi come downstairs, she's like, hello Alex, I've written a song. I'm like, oh God. She's like, can I play it to you? I'm like, okay, Vezi, but I'm only going to be honest, right? Because nothing impresses me. I'm not a huge music fan. I'm I love making music, but I so rarely get touched by music. It's so rare for me to hear something that makes me buzz. And then Vezi come down, she gets on the piano, on the keyboard, and she busts out "Raise My Glass." I'm like, fucking hell, that's amazing. Like, I was like, wow. And I'm like, that's really good. And then she's like, oh, thanks, Alex. I'm like, no, Vez, it's amazing. She goes off and does it, scuttles up to her little bedroom again. And then the next day she comes down, hello, Alex, I've written another song. She speaks like that.
Okay.
Now, I'm like, okay, I'm thinking, and now I'm intrigued rather than thinking, oh no, don't make me feel awkward. And I can't remember what song she played out, but she did that for about a couple of weeks, calm down. I've written another song every few days. And every single one got better and better. And by the end of it, I'm like, she's the best songwriter I've ever met.
Really?
And these are the first songs she's ever written. And she's I was actively, she actively pushed me as a songwriter. Like, because I love to be inspired, musically inspired. I'm so rarely musically inspired by anyone. And, Vez's songwriting, fully inspired me musically. I love to be passionate about music, so Vez is badass. And then moving forward in Wonk, so on Uncle Daddy, we had Bloodstains and Raise My Glass. Originally we was going to do an X-Ray Vez project. And she was going to put out her own album on Plaster Records, which is Wonk's label.
Okay.
And then it was like, actually, what's the fucking point? Why are we going to water it down? Just do it as Wonk Unit Vez, So I produced the songs. I made her songs sound like Wonk songs, but they're her words and chord progressions essentially,
Yeah.
And it was and I love it. I love Vez's contribution to Wonk. I think it's just nice to see, Wonk are always evolving,
Yeah.
And now as well, like Max, my drummer, he's an incredible drummer. He's got a band called Sid, his own band, who are actually, I'll say this straight up now, like I'm very lucky to be working with these musicians that actually musically inspire me. So Max's other band are called Sid. They're a 3-piece hardcore band, and Max is the singing drummer. I don't like hardcore punk, but they are incredible.
Yeah.
Like they're amazing, and Max has been doing a lot more vocals live with Wonk, and it's suddenly becoming, the emphasis live is becoming less and less purely on me, because it's always been, Wonk Unit's always been my bands, Wonk Unit isn't a democracy, it is a dictatorship, I call the shots, I pay for everything, I run it, it's my ship. But certainly since the young'uns have joined, Max and Vez, with their musical contribution, they are contributing more musically to Wonk Unit than I think any other member ever has. And, and it's great. I love it, and it's nice. Yeah, I'm inspired by my drummer and Vezi. Like, it's amazing. It's a really nice position to be in.
Wow. So feel like a second wind or whatever wind you're on right now at the moment. Yeah. And the bands are all so beautiful. Right. Yeah. It's great.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's cool. Especially like you're saying, you've been around for a while, been writing music for a while. It's tough to have anything to feel excited about sometimes, when you're kind of just going through
30 years this year for me.
Really? Wow.
Being in bands, 30 years. Amazing.
Damn. Wonk Fest.
Yes.
Is also a thing you run.
Yeah. It's creeping up. Creeping up.
When is it this year?
It's literally next week. So not this coming weekend. Yeah. The weekend after, the 30th. And I am completely unprepared for it. like honestly, it's so this year it's been a bit different. So the Wonk Fest has always been a very organic. The build up to Wonk Unit, the line up to Wonk Unit, to Wonk Fest has always been very organic. So it's because we're touring all the time, we're meeting bands, and the lineup's always been very obvious who gets to play, because it's the bands we meet and love on the road, But because we haven't toured for the last 2 years or 2 odd years, this year's Wonk Fest has been more of a sort of back to our roots thing, where I'm kind of like more like showcasing newer bands and a lot more smaller DIY bands and stuff. But I mean,
Yeah.
Wonk Fest is more than about the music. You know, it's where people that like Wonk Unit, we are. I don't mean to sound corny, but we are genuinely a family. Like, we're a band that, you know, we don't get promoted anywhere else but by our fans.
Yeah.
And by,
word of mouth.
by me. Yeah, we really are like that grassroots thing. And when people discover Wonk Unit for the first time, they're always like amazed. They're like, I can't believe I've never heard of you before. And you know, and it's like, people are excited because it's just like, my God, you know, they become obsessed.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so nice. And it's like, and so Wonk Fest is just a big celebration of our family. It's a 12-hour gig. We usually have 2 stages, 2 rooms, up and down all day.
Yeah.
Like no crossovers. It's great. We feed everyone, so we have massive barbecue. Every food's all free all day. We encourage everyone to cook and bring in curries and food. We have buffet tables laid out, and I bring my screen printer in, and I encourage people to bring in their own black t-shirts, and we screen print all the Wonk Fest merch. And we bought a cotton candy machine last year. And
that's an investment. Yeah,
dude. It's just everything. You get a lot for your money, you know. Like, it's because it's like a big thank you. You know, it's you know, all of our family are the people that give me the life I have. You know, and so it's just a big party.
Yeah,
and this year is I'm so busy, like, with my life, because my life's been really fucked up for the last 2 years.
Right. Yeah.
And as I say, I haven't been able to like give the time to what I should be doing for Wonk Fest, you know. And I actually feel guilty, you know, because it's such an incredible thing. But I think this is probably going to be the last Wonk Fest I do in London, certainly, until I get some energy again, you know.
Is it tough to put something together this big in London when it's just you?
Well, it's just, you know, again, it's like, I like things to just happen organically. You know, I don't have to work for anything, you know.
I feel you.
Wonk Fest has always happened organically with the lineup, and it's always, as I said, it's very obvious who gets to play, and it's been different. You know, this year I've had to think, right, who gets to play. You know, this year I've been the one that's approached people.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Do you know? Do you know what I mean?
I see you.
And so it just feels very different for me, and it'll be an amazing day. It's always like the most exhausting day of the year, but also the best day of the year. Like after you know 14 hours of being on the site, when I get home that night, I'm always just like, that was amazing. But part of me wishes, like, so the last Wonk Fest before we had lockdown was 2019.
Yeah.
And part of me wishes I'd called it a day then, because the Wonk Fest 2019 was, I don't think you'll ever see a lineup so specific to a certain genre and time period of punk rock. You know, it was like 14-year-old Alex playing records, and suddenly everyone is there on stage playing, and it was just, you know, there was people weeping in the audience, like genuinely. It was like, you know, so part of me sort of wishes, you know what, because I remember at the time thinking I should quit this now because it's never going to get better than this.
Can only go down. You know? Yeah. But
you know, we'll see. So this is the last one we're doing in the UK. I'm going to go to Germany. I think I'm going to do Wonk Fest in Switzerland next year, in Bern. Cool. Yeah, and maybe the year after, I think I'm going to do it in Cologne in Germany. So it's not going to be an end to Wonk Fest.
Yeah.
But I'm going to certainly give London a break for a few years and let some other mug over the channel fucking sort it all out for me. And I can just swan in on an airplane. You know, spend my day drinking sodas, feeling good about it. You know?
Yeah, man. It's gonna, you know, a helicopter's gonna drop you off at the venue. You know, right before.
Waving.
There you go.
But we see. You know.
Oh shit! Do you guys have a good? So, you know, I'm in Alabama, so thinking about touring in Europe and stuff. Do you guys have a good relationship with like German people, I guess. That's
yeah.
yeah.
So what has taken me, 15 years, or 17 years of Wonk Unit in the UK. We've done it in Germany in 4 years.
Oh wow!
Like I love the Germans. I love it actually. Not just Germans, but I love the over the channel.
Yeah,
because they're like people like what they like. And in the UK, it's just so. Music is so affected. It's all about cool and what's. You know what I mean? It's cool shit, and I love Germany because Germany specifically because it's like they like what they like.
Yeah,
and you listen to German radio and it's so different to the UK and like the UK music press, and just the UK is just a fucking mistake. The UK is just it's just all crumbling. It's crumbling, but Germany, the people are amazing.
Yeah,
that we get looked after. It's just, I mean, yeah, it's amazing. I love Germany. I love the UK. I love the whole everywhere. I love our, I love people. You know? But it's Germany. We have had an amazing, relationship with Germany and Wonk Unit. It's been great. Like Kidnap Records out there, and all our friends we've met out there. And it's been lovely, mate. I wish I could speak more German. I'm a bit stupid when I come to languages. I can't even speak English anymore. My brain's gone, man.
I'm with you, man. Yeah, living in the South in the United States is similar. Yeah.
So you're in Alabama, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we played there once before.
Do you remember where?
It was a very hot. I was weirdly talking about this yesterday. Mm-hmm. One of the most awful touring things. We had a gig one night in Alabama, and it was this really hot, sweaty DIY venue. But the next day we was in Tampa, and it was a 17-hour drive. Does that sound right? Does that sound about right?
Yeah. If you were in you might have been I'm in Birmingham in almost North Alabama. So yeah, getting to it could be around there, something like that.
It might have been Birmingham where we played. That sounds weirdly familiar.
Yeah.
But we drove, we was touring with the Raging Nathans, and we played Alabama, and we had to leave, and we had to get down to the fest it weren't a fest. It was some sort of pre-fest gig in Tampa. Okay. The next day, and it was a 17-hour drive, so we left the gig. We drove all night. We drove all fucking day. Literally pedal to the metal. Fuck, we got to make this gig. Yeah. We got to the gig just on time for going on. I got out of the van, and we'd had the aircon in the van the whole day and the whole night. Yeah. And I got on stage, and I was like, and I completely lost my voice. Completely. So we drove 17 hours for me to not do a gig. Oh no. I learned a vital lesson about that. So no aircon. And to this day, though, last night's club was super hot. The aircon was on. I was like, turn it off.
Sweat it out. Yeah.
I made our family fucking sweat yesterday, mate.
You gotta earn it. Earn it in sweat. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's it's always something talking with UK or European bands about touring in the States versus touring, mainland Europe. It's just
once you've done the States, the UK and Europe is
nothing.
A walk in the park, mate.
Yeah, it's a piece of cake.
I think our last US tour was out for about 3 weeks, I think, and we did something like 21,000 miles. Yeah. It's what the fuck? That's like London to LA, London to LA. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just
drove to the moon. Yeah,
dude, insane. But I mean, we've done 2 big US tours twice, and we've had a few jaunts out there. And touring the US is such an amazing experience. I love the US. I used to live in LA 15 odd years ago. I was out there for about 3 years.
Okay.
And I love the States. I'd love to get back out to the States, but I'm reluctant to do it without the proper visas nowadays. It's very hard for an English band to tour the States.
Really?
So visas cost thousands and thousands of pounds. So for a US band to tour the UK, visas cost about 100 quid.
Okay.
For a whole band.
Yeah.
For a UK band to tour the States, visas cost around £2,000 per band member.
Ugh.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee you're even going to get the visa, but it costs thousands. So for Wonk Unit to tour the States legally, visas alone would cost $10,000 to $15,000. Do you know what I mean?
Jesus. Yeah.
But you know, we've done it. We've always done it under the radar previously.
Yeah. To any federal agents listening to this podcast.
This is a story. This is
made up.
yeah. And it's just a worry, you know. It's like, you know, if we were booking a month-long tour, you've got 28 gigs.
Yeah.
Well, you know, all that effort
just
gets sent back home.
Yeah.
You know? So if there's any incredibly rich Wonk Unit fans in the States going to watch this, sponsor us so we can come and do it officially.
Yeah.
Because we'd love to come back out to the States. Like, we love it. I love it out there. I love the food the best. And the weather, and I love the people. You guys are so friendly, especially, you know, and one thing I loved about it, especially you being, so Alabama's the South.
Yeah.
Is it the South?
East? Oh, yeah, South.
Yeah, and because you Southerners are very friendly.
Yeah.
Because so what we usually do, we usually fly into Ohio, and we usually start our tours in Dayton, and then we just tour down.
Okay.
We used to do a big service. Well, we usually start in like Ohio, and we sort of go west, out that way, down through all them southern states, Texas, blah blah, along the bottom. And then we usually hit the fest in Florida.
Yeah.
Then tour back up the East Coast, and it's really interesting seeing the people change. Like, you know, as you notice it more when you're traveling back up from the south to up the East Coast, and seeing people become more and more grumpy the further north you get.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's you know, it's lovely. The South is a very beautiful, friendly people. It's people are friendly everywhere, but I always took that with me, how friendly the South was.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, that's I think that's fair. It's you know, once you, like you're saying, once you start going up north, people chips on shoulders, and I don't know what's going on. It's just colder. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what as well. Right, and this made me funny. So when I lived in LA, I lived in the jungles of LA. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I said the jungles, whatever. Yeah. You know, and it was funny because I'd never get any trouble. You know, I would never get into any trouble. Yeah, and within 5 minutes of landing at Heathrow Airport in London and leaving the airport, I would see more shit in 5 minutes, of being back in London. Yeah. Just as in, you know, antisocial behaviour, horrible behaviour, intimidation, just shitty behaviour.
Yeah.
I would see more shitty behaviour than my whole time spent on a trip to, you know, America. You know, it's the UK is quite a tough place. I think it's an angry place.
It can seem grimy from
I think the UK is grimy. Like, and you notice as well when you go over to Germany as well.
Yeah.
Like, just how, like, another reason why I like Germany. Germany still feels like a country where the country's owned by the people.
Interesting.
It feels like the people are valued and cared for, and it feels like, you know, whereas the UK, you know, we are just cash cows, you know, for the government and for the corporations. Do you know what I mean? We mean nothing. We are just here to be exploited. Yeah. You know what I mean? And crushed, you know, for our money. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Crushed. But Europe and certainly, Europe, it feels like, you know, people still matter when you go over the channel.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously, you know, these aren't utopian places.
Right.
But,
yeah.
Yeah, but the UK is a hard, you know, for how amazing the UK is, because don't get me wrong, the UK is incredible. Its history and its culture and everything. The UK is an amazing place. It's an incredible place. But it's a harsh place. It's getting harsh. You know, I mean, the deterioration of the UK in the last decade has been insane.
Yeah.
Like insane. And it always goes hand in hand with conservative rule. You know, when the Tories are in power, I mean, I remember in the 90s, you know, the 80s and 90s, you know, when the Tories were in power then, and, you know, all the parks, you know, the public spaces would all be boarded up, you know, boarded up.
Yeah.
And, you know, and there'd be needles everywhere, you know, everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was generally fairly civil unrest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get Labour in, which is the Socialist Party over here, you know, when they got in 97 and they transformed the UK and, you know, they put a lot of shit back into public services, and then Tories have undone all that. And the UK's become a very angry place again now. But, yeah, but, you know, out of anger comes good music, doesn't it? So
That's true. There you go.
You know, so you never write anything good when you're happy.
That's
apart from them fucking hippies, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, that "Don't Worry, Be Happy" song was kind of nice.
That's all right.
There's no way that was written in anger, you know. Oh man.
Yeah. It's a banger. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Give that one to you.
Yeah. It sounds like what's going on in the UK is similar to kind of what's going on in America. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not the most knowledgeable about, you know, government and stuff, but it's, you know, it's just all, it's all bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah, it is all bullshit.
Yeah.
We're doomed.
Yeah.
We're doomed, mate.
Yeah. It's, you know, and like you're saying, kind of like touring around, and I feel like traveling, especially to other countries, that's like where you get like actual life experience, where you're dealing with actual people and not like a kind of a I don't know. Yeah, talking with actual people instead of getting like, oh, this is how these people really are from like the press or whatever.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. But the UK is so divided. Like literally, the UK right now is 50-50, practically 50-50.
Yeah.
Divided, like literally between good people and cunts. and there isn't really a grey area anymore.
Yeah.
This is what makes the UK quite such a scary place now. You know, you've got 50% of the UK are aware of what's going on and how fucked up it is.
Yeah.
And you've got 50% of the UK that are willfully ignorant, bigoted and hateful.
Yeah.
And they will see this country, you know, they will listen to any shit that's fed them. They'll continue to vote, you know, listen to the fucking newspapers which tell them to vote for a Tory Prime Minister, and they will continue suffering for it and continue to get poorer and poorer.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very hateful place nowadays, the UK. But I mean, the rise of the right all over the world is fairly consistent, but the UK specifically, I mean, I was so stoked when, you know, Trump didn't make it in over there. That was like, that gave the rest of the world hope. I mean, that was like such huge. It was a really lovely moment when Trump got, you know, lost. It was like, fuck. It was because we thought he was there to stay, mate.
Oh yeah.
Everyone thought, and it was just like, thank fuck for that, you know.
Yeah.
And it gave us a little bit of hope. But I mean, I'm done with politics over in this country now, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm done with it, man. I've spent too many years fucking being politically active, you know.
Wow.
And I can't. It makes me ill, you know.
Yeah.
I'm doomed. There's too many stupid people in this country to win.
Yeah. That definitely feels like a lost cause. Oh man. Yeah. And
just remember, the only thing you can do is always vote for the lesser of the two evils.
Yeah.
Always use your vote. Make sure you vote for the lesser of the two evils. Don't waste your vote on a party that ain't going to get in. Just get the cunts out of power.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, you know?
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Well, there's kind of steer the conversation to something fun.
I'm sorry. Oh, you can tell I'm tired, can't you?
No,
sorry, dude.
It's okay.
Oh, what's the name of your podcast?
You Had Options.
Oh, okay. At least your podcast wasn't called Happy Time with Michael Funny.
No. Oh, man.
I would like to apologise for bringing the tone of this interview down. Michael's friends, okay? Sorry to be like a whingy old fucker. I've just woken up and I ain't had much sleep and it's very hot, so I'm very sorry, okay? Let's talk about exciting stuff.
Oh, so, yeah, Wonk Unit. We've got Wonk Fest coming up next week.
Wonk Fest, yeah.
What else is going on? Do y'all have a bunch of tour dates coming up?
Oh, loads. So about to go to Europe on Wednesday. We're playing in Den Bosch on Wednesday. Den Bosch in Holland. Yeah.
Okay.
It's called something like Dem so it's known as Den Bosch.
Okay.
Yeah? It's an amazing town or city, whatever it is. And then we're playing a festival in Germany on Thursday. I don't know where that is. I can't remember. Festival in Germany on Friday. Don't know where that is. Festival in Germany on Saturday. Don't know where that is. Festival in Germany on Sunday. Don't know where that is. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, we're playing a Skate and Destroy Festival in Hanover on a Saturday. Think we're playing Back to the Future Festival in, don't know where that is, but you know, I think that might be Friday. Playing in Antwerp in Belgium on Sunday. Got that one on Thursday. Can't remember where that is. Den Bosch on a Wednesday, and then next week in London we got the pre-Wonk Fest.
Okay.
Party, which is Wonk, us doing a disco cover set for a laugh. We've never done covers before, so we're doing that. And we got Danger.
Are they classical disco songs? Are they classic disco?
No, just classic pop songs. We got some bangers. So guess they call it The Blues by Elton John. Country Roads, John Denver. What else we got? Safety Dance. Remember
classic.
That? Video Games. Lana Del Rey, one of my favourite songs. Got Dirty Old Town in there. Ain't No Pleasing You, Chaz and Dave. I mean, and these are wonky versions as well. We ain't punked anything up. You know, but they're banging, man. So that's on a Friday, and that's with Danger Man from Oslo and Fair Dues and Dealing with Damage. Then the Saturday, we got Wonk Fest. Saturday 30th, Wonk Fest with about 25 bands. Just all our friends from around the UK.
Yeah.
And then the weekend after that, Rebellion Festival in Blackpool, which is like an amazing festival. It's just like a massive, it's a very fun, it's like feels like a family festival. Rebellion's amazing, like big old punk rock festival. It's just so friendly. We got that weekend, and the week after that, we got Boomtown in Boomtown Festival, which is insane. Boomtown is like what Glastonbury used to be like before it got, lost its edge. Boomtown Festival is amazing. It's massive, 100,000 people, insane festival. And yeah, but we're out touring every other weekend till Christmas.
Okay.
And we got, we just had a couple of tours actually cancelled with American bands. I think American bands are struggling to get visas or maybe financially because ticket sales across Europe are low since COVID, across the board. And so we've just said we were supposed to be touring with Less Than Jake in Europe in October.
Okay.
And Bad Cop in the UK in November. And both those tours have been postponed from last year, the year before.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they've just both been postponed again, which is just like, man. It's just like, fuck's sake. Because obviously you get, it's just like, those are, especially for me and my kids, because I have my daughter every other weekend, and I have to all my tours. My time is so precious.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so for me to lose a visit with my kid to go on tour, you know, it's a big sacrifice.
Right.
Me, you know, and then to have those tours cancel, and to me to lose my visitation to my kid on those. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh man. But you know, it's these things happen. It's no hard feelings. It's just these things happen. You know.
Yeah.
But but it's cool. I mean, we're now just going to continue touring until I die, basically, at the ripe old age of about 97, I think.
There you go. Well,
I mean, I'm not stopping. I make music for myself. I mean, well, I will stop if I no longer find it enjoyable.
Yeah.
But I love what I do. Every gig we do, I love. It's, you know, I make music and I tour because it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
I love it. So we'll just, this will be it now. I'll tour all my life now and until die. So as long as I get to see my daughters, my daughter's 3.5. I'd love to see her 40th birthday. As long as I can see her 40th. So I'm actually 50 years old next week, I am.
Really?
So, yeah. So, what would that mean? So, my daughter's 3. So, I had another 37 years. Oh, I can make 87.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go for 90. Yeah, I'm going to make 97. I want to see my daughter's 50th birthday.
There you go.
So, I'm going to be gigging till 97.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like a crooner then, just like guitar.
They're going to wheel you out. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Be like Bob Dylan or, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, this is what I am. This is what I do, you know.
Yeah.
I'm an arsehole, you know. and I love it, you know. So I fully intend to skateboard and to make music for as long as I live.
Yeah.
Because and the moment I don't want to skateboard anymore or make music anymore, I'm not gonna, you know. It's I have no time for anything in my life that I don't like. Yeah, and that's I got no. Why do something you don't like? You know?
Right. Yeah.
When you at least when you have a choice about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
damn. Yeah, I forgot to bring up that you built a skate pool in your backyard. Yeah,
boy. Do you skate?
Nah, I've tried many times and I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, dude, that bowl, the Terror Bowl, it's called. Yeah,
I love it.
And I built it 4 years ago. And Muggins, he was like, you know what? I'm going to build something gnarly that you won't find in a skate park. Yeah, I'm going to build something gnarly, so it really challenged me. I've broken more bones in the last 4 years than in 40 years of skateboarding, and you don't heal as good in your 40s. You know what I mean? It's not called the Terror Bowl for no reason.
Right.
It looks a lot smaller, like photos and film shrinks it. Do you know what I mean? And you turn up. I mean, it's not a big bowl, but it is gnarly. It is gnarly, and every single person that turns up with all these ideas of what they're going to get in the Terror Bowl and do this and that, they turn up. They're like, oh shit. You know, it's great. It's amazing, but it's done quite the opposite of improved my skateboarding. You know, it's actually destroyed me, and it's actually wrecked my skateboarding. Like, but it's the dream. You know, a bowl in your back garden.
Yeah. Like,
my God, it's the dream. It's the fucking dream.
Yeah.
A private skateboard bowl in the backyard.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's actually my parents' backyard. Like, bless them, my parents. Like,
we'll let him build this. This bowl. Yeah. Wow, the Terror Bowl. I love it. The great equalizer. Yeah.
It's why our last album before Daddy was called Terror.
Okay.
So my friend Andy May come over. He's from Austin, and he came over to London to skate. Before it was known as the Terror Bowl, but the first time he skated my pool in the back garden. And he left, and the next morning I went out just to the bowl, and without my knowledge, he'd written Terror underneath the coping. I took a photo of it, and that's actually the artwork for our last album. Terror.
Okay.
And that's why it's now called the Terror Bowl.
Love it. And it's kind of a pun, terrible, you know?
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. All right, Alex. Well, we've been doing this for almost an hour.
Yeah, we've been waffling and we haven't said a fucking thing.
I know, yeah.
We're mates now, aren't we?
I hope so.
Friends.
I hope so.
I'm right, we're friends. Yeah. Oh, you're in our family now. You're in our family.
I will join
yeah?
Officially. Yeah. Do you have
Good.
Do you have some sort of like piece of paper of like?
I think you just know. I just say you're in the fam. Yeah.
Okay.
Where's my knuckle?
There we go. Yeah.
You're in the fam, brother. Yeah.
All right.
And we can have a cuddle like this. This is how I learned to cuddle my daughter on the phone. Do you want to cuddle?
Over the video?
Cuddle with me? Yeah, you want to have a little cuddle with me?
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
That's nice. You are really, really cuddly. Oh, you know, I've got glasses just like yours.
You what?
I've got glasses just like yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got like my tour in April, just before I went on tour. Mm-hmm. Got my first ever set of glasses.
Damn. It's
you and me in the glasses game.
That's right. Oh, shit. Yeah. Well, Alex, stay on for a minute. But you had options, but you decided to talk to me today, and I appreciate it.
I've loved talking to you, brother, and I look forward to meeting you in real life.
Well, yeah, I'll come try and drop in on the Terrible and see what happens.
Yeah.
See how much stuff I can bring.